Okay, we are speaking to Sienna to keep going with the story quest. This is the curious case of Giggity. Okay. Don't fret now. I know exactly where to find a corrupted crystal compromised of ice-aspected aether. An associate of mine in Gridania has been studying the effects of one such crystal on living beings. Eh? What's with that expression? I thought you would be pleased to hear this news. This is not another wild dodo chase, I assure you. And what's even better is that this time, you needn't use that warded pot of yours to protect yourself from this crystal's energies. Hedin's findings suggest that it is quite safe. Why, you ask? Let's just say that it has undergone a unique process that has rendered such precautions unnecessary. Anyway, do not let me keep you. It has been a pleasure, Mercy. Come back and see me sometime, alright? I think I can just return to Gridania. By the way, I didn't do things correctly in this, so I gotta adjust some things here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I didn't put all of the quest titles in that video description. So let's see. You are in next to Miketo's amphitheater. Okay. Bring it this way. Something wicked this way comes. Hedin is a scholarly-looking lass with a red robe, kind of darker hair, holding a book next to a mill and a water. Oh, wait, is that a dude? That's a dude. I'm sorry. Greetings and salutations, Miss Valkyrie, I presume. Sienna informed me of your adventures in Aleport. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Though, as Professor Lamberteint is fond of saying, no action taken in the name of science is ever truly wasteful. To the matter at hand, corrupted crystals possessing the properties you seek could be found in abundance at the sanding courses following the calamity. Alas, that is no longer the case, and while there is at least one suitable crystal that remains to be found within the Twelves Wood, precisely where it is at any given moment is more difficult to say. Permit me to explain. You are familiar with Spriggans, yes, the furry little rascals that are wont to seek out ores and other stones. Well, one such creature with an infamously insatiable appetite has single-handedly devoured every corrupted crystal in the Twelveswood. Fortunately for you, these crystals take an eternity to digest, assuming they can even be digested, and I am reasonably confident that one still resides within his gut. It's quite fascinating, really. My theory is that this Giggity first consumed a corrupted crystal when... You couldn't care less about Ellis, could you? To the point, then. Giggity seldom makes his presence felt unless there is particularly fine fodder to be had. Therefore, we shall require a lure, and I have precisely the sort he will find impossible to resist. Simply place this true heart. I shall save the story of the origin of its unusual name for another occasion, outside of the Spriggan's lair, and wait for the opportune moment to pounce. I gotta set a timer for my food. I forgot to do that. We'll do 25-ish. Yeah. As for the method by which you retrieve the crystal from his gut, I shall leave that to your discretion. I am zoomed way in. Like a way-in brother. Alright, where are you? You are looking to the new Gridania exit, so not where I am. Actually, wait. Yeah, I can go south from here. I go south, and I go into New Gridania. And, yeah. I probably could have sprinted. I mean, I always, unless it's on cooldown, I always could sprint. It's just I try to be efficient with it. And sometimes that means I don't use it at all, which is inefficient because 0 uptime is worse than wasted unused uptime. But again, I'm generally I have to kill these Spriggan for hunting logs. So that's cool. So the Spriggan, again, are like kind of really black furry eggs with like really tall bunny ears on top. Also furry black. These ones are holding what looks like a jug, kind of like Auron holds in Final Fantasy X, which I remember because I'm playing it right now. Why did you... Oh, you aggroed because... my level is far too high to be fighting those things. Yeah. Cool. We got the Spriggans done for the hunting log. We're in this... There's like a hole in the ground here. It's called the Spriggan Dig. And we can run around like kind of a spiral ramp in the ground here. And then once you're down the ramp a bit, the Spriggans become much higher level. By 10. So level 43 now. Which means they're very aggro-y. What does that do? That does 220 versus 4. Oh my god, yeah, I should never... I don't know. There's a crater golem down here, but I want to hop on this destination rock. Click it. Use the true heart to attract the Spriggan, called the Crystal Bearer. I thought it was called something else. Pretty much already dead. Yeah. Okay. Hayden is back here. Should I just teleport for 158? Nah, it's close enough. This will take no time at all. Back to the gate. Back to the gate. This time we will use our sprint right out the gate. Get it? Get it? No, no. I ran into a post. Back to Hayden. Pray do not sneak up on me like that. I was engrossed in... Wait, what is that? What is that god's awful smell? You hand over the corrupted crystal. I'm assuming it is covered in guts. My word, that is a breathtakingly beautiful crystal. I see my supposition was not mistaken. Oh, and I also see that you weren't averse to digging through Spriggan entrails for your prize. We owe our furry friend a debt of gratitude, you know. This thick coating of digestive juices is protecting us from the harmful effects of the crystal, just as the warded pot you once used did. Why so glum, friend? You finally obtained the corrupted crystal you sought, one overflowing with earth-aspected aether. Calm down, I jest. It is composed of ice-aspected aether. Worry not. I suppose that joke was in poor taste, considering your previous 2 attempts were for naught. Was that the next, or did I do one between? History, okay. The Curious Case of Giggity. Okay, next quest from Hayden. Better late than never. Fuck you, if that's the name. Beg your pardon, Mercy. I forgot to return your crystal to you. Oh, and there was a message for you from Professor Lamberteint. Something about a man named Marquez. Apparently the professor misses the intellectual stimulation. Forgive me, I should have written it down. It occurs to me that I have yet to ask why you needed that crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, are you? 'Twould reflect poorly on me and my research if it was used for evil ends. Ah, well, perhaps it's best to remain ignorant. I didn't become the professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information. They all think they're the favorite. Sid is at the airship landing here. Talk to the airship ticketer here. After warping. Greetings, ma'am. Do you wish to proceed to your vessel? Sure. She warps you. Oh my gosh. Better late than never. Subtext of the quest. Sid can go fuck himself if he says that to me. Done my best. I've been given the runaround by literally everybody. Back to Sid. All repairs and modifications have been completed, Mercy. Once you bring me that crystal, nothing will stand between us and Garuda. Cutscene. Fade to black as you hand him the crystal. I'll need to run some tests to be sure, but this looks to be exactly what we need. Worry not, Mercy. I'll see that your hard work doesn't go to waste. The Enterprise is already more than a common airship, but mark my words, soon it will become something greater, something extraordinary. This is me. This is what I was born to do. Alright. 2,500 gil, heck yeah. I'll talk to Sid one more time. Lady of the Vortex. Lady of the Vortex. According to my test, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, meaning we can leave whenever you're ready. But you must understand, tests can only tell one so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, I cannot be sure that this will work. I think it only fair to tell you that there is a small but statistically significant chance that the crystal could trigger a massive... Mayhap it is better that we remain positive. Mercy, I want to thank you for reuniting me with my ship, for trusting me to develop this plan, for everything. You've helped me to rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I'm not the man I once was, and I do not know if I ever shall be. But I do know one thing. This feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. I would have waited until after the mission, but, well, you understand. We might die? Is that the thing that I should understand? Cutscene, fade to black. Sid is in the pilot's seat. Well,
there. She's ready.
Ah, she stirs.
Sid takes the wheel. Closes his eyes. Turns to Alphino. Alphino's hand is on Sid's hand. Gives him a smile. You give him a smile. He nods.
To Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda. Enterprise, engage.
Cute. I'm not sure I ever... I probably... I don't remember. I'm going to say I didn't. If I experienced that line before, I forgot, so... Touche, Final Fantasy XIV, touche. The Enterprise is flying through the clouds. Sid feels relieved. Alphino gives him a nod and turns to look at the scenery. Sid looks at you. Takes off his goggles? Oh, yeah, takes off his goggles. He's got like a crystal thingy on his forehead in the middle. It says damn it, sorry.
I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you.
teardrop-shaped crystal in the middle of his forehead. It's white, kind of clear white. We have a flashback. Sid is holding.
Just how long have I worn these damn goggles?
Sid is holding the goggles in his hand in the flashback, or whatever this is. And then that's it? No. We see a female Elizin. Oh no, it's a
yes, I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days.
It's a younger Sid, I'm sorry. Kind of looks female. Has like a black fashionable garment
a young
on.
Prodigy, admired by all.
It's like short white.
Exactly like his father.
Short white shorts and like upper thigh high black boots. Anyway.
Born and raised in Garlemald.
It's just him. It's just young Sid running, and now he's sitting in a chair, standing on top of a crate, or like a kind of long lockbox, looking at a miniature version of a mech warrior thing. At a desk, looking at the mech warrior.
It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same?
Flash white. Gets up from the chair, looks kind of sad.
Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye?
Now we see, like...
When did Meteor become your everything, and your loved ones cease to matter?
It looks like kind of like... I would say a meteor works for the description, but it's like this sphere with a fiery red outline to it. Kind of a radiating red outline. And now we see adult Sid with what looks like the leader of the Garlean Empire behind him on all of his armor, who puts his hand on his shoulder.
You abandoned us all, but he was there for me, Father.
Never mind.
There for me when you were not.
Not his father, but still the leader of the Garlean Empire.
Though he proved no better in the end.
Gaius, yeah.
Gaius was just another man with an all-consuming obsession.
I do not remember this. I don't think I watched this. Now we're back. Nope.
And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks.
Wedge and Biggs are with him. Wedge was sleeping. Biggs looked like he was nodding off in his chair. And now there's like some sparkling lights in front of the airship, and now they're like bathing the entire airship in bright, bright white light. And you are there in like dazzling white light though, and you hand Sid something. And then disappear. And
yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles.
You hand him the goggles. To cover up the diamond in his forehead, maybe?
Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose. I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home.
Now we see the airship in the clouds.
I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. That light, it was you, wasn't it? It's surprising how few people know this, but all pureblood Garleans have a third eye.
You made no motion whatsoever to acknowledge that it was you, by the way. Just stared at him.
Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess.
I don't understand the point of the
The
goggles.
Enterprise was made for this. To carry Eorzea's protectors into battle.
Aside from maybe just blocking that little teardrop gem in his forehead to make sure that people don't think that he's a Garlean.
I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden.
Alphinaud shakes his head.
I remember everything.
Sid takes the wheel and he is very confident now.
My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come, it would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
He turns the wheel hard to the left and we see a kind of a circular vortex of blue with a green center. Oh, and now we're inside of it. And landing. Alright, and we can run up to Alphinaud. Talk to him apparently about something. All our efforts, all our travels, all of it was for this. Make ready, Mercy, for the end is nigh, be it hers or our own. The Howling Eye is now accessible. I'm going to have this video be a tad bit longer just while I search out, okay, what dungeons do I have access to that I haven't done? None. Cool. Okay, cool. So all we have left is the Howling Eye, which we just got. I am going to check on my food, use the restroom, and then I'll queue for the Howling Eye, but not subject you guys to the wait for that. So the next video will just be the Howling Eye. Make sure that the quests that I have for this one, The Curious Case of Giggity, Better Late Than Never, and Lady of the Vortex started. We'll add our quotation marks here. Oh, that's actually kind of an easier way to do it, but it didn't work out perfectly. Alright. Cool. Alright, that's the end of this video. Next video will be the Howling Eye? What did I say? Howling Eye. The Garuda battle. See you guys soon again.